This is a Headgum podcast.
Welcome back to Wagadu, everyone. It's so good to have you here. We are here for another episode, another exciting episode of Tales of Wagadu, The Curse of the Spider Queen.
Ooh.
I am your extremely neighborhood dungeon master, Jeremy Cobb, and I am joined, as always, by...
Hi, I'm Shamini. I use mostly she, her pronouns, and I am playing Reth today. Reth is a short figure with dark, twisting antelope horns, dressed in orange. They use they, she pronouns. And they're just in a great place right now, as you'll know if you listen to the last episode.
And what class and lineage are you?
Oh, yeah, I suppose I could mention those things.
The mechanic.
Do I remember those things? I'm a pugilist. Oh yeah, I do know these things. I do know these things. So they are a Swala lineage, which is hence the antelope horns and ears, and playing the pugilist class, which involves a lot of punching so far.
And some grappling, and a fair amount of grappling. And we are, well, I guess moving on from that introduction was a lot more involved than I was expecting, but I was excited to hear it. No, it's absolutely
great.
fine. Go ahead.
Oh, hi, I'm I'm Leue. Should I introduce myself? Should I do that?
You can say what you were about to say and then introduce yourself if you want to.
I just thought it was a great introduction. And I was like, how do I follow it up? But I will follow it up by saying, hi, I'm Leue. I am one of the Halflings. I'm playing Juji Osei, who is an Emere, Circle of Stars Druid / Twilight Cleric. And I hope you're having a good day because she isn't. I also use she, her pronouns, and so does Juji.
It's a real shame that none of these characters seem to be having good days. Let's see if our third character is having any better day.
Hello, I'm Johnny Charles. I'm the resident bard here at Three Black Halflings, and I am playing Aboade, who is an Ironmaster lineage Artificer, an Ironmaster Artificer, which is quite hard to say really fast, 5 times. And he is, he's not having a great time. He's got a confusing relationship with masks. It appears he is both a befriender and a destroyer of things that wear masks, and recently discovered some very interesting things. So excited / terrified to find out where this is going to go.
Yes. Well, I guess let's go ahead and find out where this is going to go. You all have found yourselves in a grove surrounded by incredibly thick vines, relatively low light. You can see a number of items and objects scattered around this area. They seem to be very overgrown. Like you can just catch glimpses of some of them through the thick undergrowth. And you see in the center of this grove is a cracked, damaged idol. Surrounding the idol is a beautifully laid formation of stones, and kneeling in front at the very edge of the stone formation is an old Emere man who is connected to the idol by a number of different vines at seemingly every point on his body, different joints, different basically every like animation point on his body is connected to the connected to the idol by these vines, almost like veins or something. You have all found yourselves in this grove after a pretty traumatic series of events in which you saw glimpses of things that were maybe from the past, maybe from the future, who knows? And you have all arrived here. What would you like to do?
Panic.
Roll for panic.
Oh, I used a high roll. No, it was a 14.
It's gone now.
It's a Juji is not holding it together very well.
Well, that's true anyway.
Yeah, a lot of hyperventilating going on in Juji's corner.
Yep.
Reth is like kneeling on this edge of the grove, and sort of like looks down as what she was sort of touching and holding onto dissolves, disintegrates, sort of disappears, turns and sort of sees the other two standing there, and then the sort of scene in the center. What happened?
Reth, you're okay. Oh, that's really good. It's so good to see you.
Where did you run off to? And how did you get back here? How did any of us get here? I was up a tree a moment ago.
You
Where's
came
that
down pretty
gone?
fast.
I was in a room.
Yim is looking around saying, perhaps the tree was some kind of illusion? Or perhaps we are in the tree.
Oh.
I feel like we're
see.
dealing with a lot of illusions right now.
Yes.
And it seemed to affect you both pretty immediately. And then mine was a slow burn, but it was sure as hell here. Now.
So
you
that
see
last
things,
thing was
Juji?
your illusion. Do you recognize the large tree?
Yes, I do. Yes,
I
it's
see.
it's something I try not to think about very often, but basically it's it's tied to me. The tree and I are kind of linked. I was living in a huge tree like that for a while, but it just made me feel safe. But then all of a sudden, things went awry.
Did you and the tree have a bad breakup?
Maybe. I mean, we don't remember we don't remember, things from our past. So maybe I was dating a tree. Was I dating a tree? Do we think I was dating a tree? I hope I wasn't.
I have never heard of someone dating a tree. Yim was going to turn to Reth and say, were you about to say something? You said something about a room?
I didn't see a tree. I saw a room and a city, and you didn't see any of that?
I saw
I
a
believe
city.
we saw the city.
Oh, we did.
Certainly at least one city. Possibly two cities.
And the people running. It was the man who was running after Reth.
Oh yes, we fought him and he turned into some kind of goo. In fact, most creatures appeared to be made of this goo, very sticky substance. Was that the same for you, Reth?
Yes. It can't have been real, can it? Because, well, they were goo and we're not in a tree or a city, so if it wasn't real, was it true? It felt true.
I am in agreement. It did feel very real. Goo aside.
But if it were true, then, and Yim turns his head to face Aboade and say, well, then, were you part of an empire?
Not that I remember. It felt awfully familiar, but I cannot recall in my conscious mind if anything like that has happened. Perhaps it is a glimpse of the future. The automatons that were lining the streets of that city looked remarkably similar to you, Yim.
Nowhere near as handsome, though.
Of course not. Nothing is.
Yim flexes and then looks off into the middle distance. There's
look
like an
great.
audible like ding, 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 of the different bands as like he bends his arm.
Also, Juji will cough and then inclines her head over to the old man. It's like,
Oh yes.
What do you think he sees?
Does he look... Does he look conscious, this guy? Does he look like he's in the room with us?
Roll an insight check.
Ooh, fun. I have no pluses to insight.
I believe you
But
currently have
no.
disadvantage on. Don't you? I believe you currently have disadvantage on ability checks.
I
Both you
do.
and Reth, I believe,
This is
currently
true.
have a disadvantage on ability checks.
Ooh, dang. From a 19 to a natural 2. Okay, that's a 2. So I have no idea.
Yeah,
Does he have a face?
the way that his head is kind of hanging, you can't really see his eyes. So you're just kind of like, huh. And you're not sure if his breathing is that of one who is awake or if it's just relatively, if he's just breathing, like you're not sure if he's breathing very shallowly and you just can't see, or if he's just breathing very slowly because he's asleep. It's not really clear. You don't hear him saying anything from where you are.
Right. Should we address?
I'm gonna go over to him and I'm gonna say, well, let's at least find out if he's sticky. And put my hand
oh, good. A sticky check. Great.
Reth, as you put your hand on his back, you immediately like have a flash of it's like it's a memory that's actually relatively familiar to you. It's one of your first memories that you have of feeling constrained, constricted, like you can't really breathe. Everything's dark, sort of pushing out, and hearing through as if you're underwater, hearing like a kind of a cracking sound echoing under this water substance, and slowly dragging your way out of an egg. But as you look down at your hands, they are not the hands, well, they're not your hands. They are, in fact, the hands of a child who is crawling out of an egg. And in a similar jungle environment, but this is clearly a different jungle environment than the one that you fell in. And you look up and you see a group of Emere. You hear voices saying, "This way! I saw it. He was over here." And you hear, as you hear those voices, you see a group of Emere rushing over. And for the first time, you see Emere who are it looks like they're dressed very differently than the ones that you've seen. The only Emere that you've seen are Juji, who is kind of, you get the vibe, not really been around other people for a while. And Beret et al. And Barry et al. Are basically just wearing traveling clothes. These Emere are not wearing like traveling outfits. They are dressed beautifully, like bright, lovely, ornate outfits with a whole array of colors, like absolutely gorgeous outfits. And the one that catches your eye more than any is not any of the adults that are coming over, but in fact a child that you lock eyes with and immediately feel a sense of connection to, a deep sense of connection. And then you're suddenly back in the grove, touching the not sticky back of this old man.
I would like pull my hand back like I've just been burnt. Like,
oh no, he's sticky, isn't he? Not again.
Look at my hands. No, not sticky. So that's nice. Not sticky. Right. So you know how we have previously discussed seeing things that aren't now or aren't real, and then we came here and we saw some more things that weren't real, but they were more. But that was different. I saw some more things. I touched him and I saw things, but they would. I don't think they were my things.
Oh, you saw. Well, if it is a flash forward or a memory or something
Or
of
a
his,
flash sideways, perhaps.
maybe a diagonal
think-
flash.
The flash sideways don't happen until season 6. It's mostly just flashbacks with the occasional flash forward for the first 5.
Ah, I see.
I think it was his experience as a child. So I guess in the past here, arriving here, there was did you have the goo and the eggs?
The eggs, yes. Yep.
No, there's an egg and there's.
The answer would be yes,
It
yeah,
was a
for
long
both of
time
you.
ago, but yes.
Yep.
Aboade, I don't know if you remember an egg.
It,
There was
it was a long time ago.
It was coming out of the egg, but how long?
I don't
How long have you
remember.
been here, Aboade?
I'm not sure. A memory is a funny thing in this place. It is often unreliable. The world itself shifts, and so does my mind.
Does it kind of, for you both, does it kind of hurt your head a little bit when you try to like figure out what was, the past and what is the present and what's going on? Is it difficult for you too?
Yes.
Because
Like
okay, good. Okay.
touching something
good.
that is slightly too hot. I cannot hold on for long.
Yes, that's a very good comparison. I like that. Oh, I like that a lot.
Oh.
Right. While you discuss, and Juji's going to try and, can she make like a medicine check to like check out these like vines on the old man?
Okay,
See if
yeah,
they
sure.
Can be, like safely removed, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I used up my good roll.
Oh no.
That is an 11.
Medicine check. You can't really tell necessarily the nature of these vines. You also, I don't think, would recognize exactly what kind of vine it is, like what plant it comes from. But what you do notice is that these vines appear to have not grown out of the old man, but instead have apparently pierced the old man at various points. It looks as though, like, you can see little raised areas of the skin where it looks like the vines have sort of inserted themselves into his body.
Okay. I'm
And
assuming
as
she
you
might
can
get
kind of,
it.
I'll say, as you kind of look at him, you can see just the faintest raised ridges of what you initially think are veins, but might actually be like these vines sort of laying down some kind of spreading roots or something inside of him, spreading throughout his body.
Yeah. This is what I live expected, Jeremy. But but Juji is horrified.
I was so innocent. I did not know of this.
Yeah, like, so I'm assuming that freeing him of these would be, maybe it's best to go to the source as opposed to taking them out of him. So, like, yeah, she'll look for the source of the vines. Okay,
You can
while everyone
see.
else discusses.
I think you looking at this. Well, roll me a perception check for the
Perception.
yeah.
Whoop. 14
for the vines. So you can see that these vines specifically are sort of like trailing towards the idol. They appear to have come, they seem to like kind of, you see them sort of disappear at like the base. Whether they came from beneath the idol or inside the idol is not clear, but I think with a 14 you do notice a general like sense of direction in this room. As you're looking around, you see all these tangled vines and stuff. You kind of notice that on the ground, as much as things are like growing over each other and tangled within each other, and you're having to like literally step over items that are on the ground in order to get to the old man, you notice there's a general direction of seemingly all the vines in this room and all the plants sort of either directing towards or originating from this idol.
Okay. Yeah, I point this out to everyone. It's like, it's bad. It's bad idol.
Oh.
Or potentially bad.
So the vines are originating from the idol.
Perhaps it is a good idol that's giving him nutrients. He is old. Perhaps he needs extra nutrition.
Perhaps.
We can't remove him from them. They look connected. Maybe we should just go and tell his family where he is and
Did he in any way respond to Reth's touch? Like, did it seem like he sort of reacted to that?
He did not look up, but I will let you now. Yim is going to give you the help action to try and see, like, because he's very interested in this. You can roll another.
Say, hello, can you hear me?
You can walk up and talk to the guy.
Straight up, strike up a conversation.
Yim will give you the help action. Roll an insight check as you walk up and talk to this guy.
Okay, so I guess this is a flat roll then.
Yes.
No, okay. That's a natural 1, folks. Yep. He's not doing good today. Okay.
You like, as you're walking up, you
trip on a vine.
You straight trip on one of the lumps. And as you like land, you can see through the vines. Like, now that you're real close up with it, you can see the one of the things you're looking at looks like it's really, really old. Like, you haven't gotten a good look at any of these items, but this one appears to have been like some kind of ornately like embellished calabash of some liquid. You're not sure if the liquid is still in there, but it looks like part of a calabash that has just been completely overgrown. And you can see a faint inscription on it, but you can't read it. You're not sure if it's like in language that you simply don't speak, or if it's even possibly a language that you do speak but in an older form, because you know that these things develop and change and evolve over time. But yeah, you notice that, but you don't even get a chance to talk to the guy. You just sort of hello,
because I am face first in this thing.
Yes.
Interesting. Can I?
I will help Aboade to his feet.
Thank you.
There you go.
So clumsy sometimes. Can I make a note of that inscription?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Roll me.
Can I get out my object and
your
and turn it into
tool?
I'll turn it into a calligrapher's kit and use that to note down the inscription as best I can.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
All right. Yes, absolutely. Roll me a tool check. So this is just going to be your proficiency plus your intelligence, so you get a +8.
Nice. That's a 19. Nice. 11 + 8.
Oh, great. Yeah, you think you're pretty darn, like, it's almost exact what you managed to write down, but you still don't quite recognize it.
Excellent. I shall find a library as soon as I can.
Reth's gonna sit down despondently.
You mentioned that there were these yellow stones that were similar to what I had in my what Aboade has in his satchel. Do they look like they're arranged in a specific way in a sort of can he take out he's going to take out the stone that he's got and sort of look by way of comparison to see if there's I don't want to upset anything. Can I does it look like there are any gaps in the stone? Like, is there a gap for any stones? Or
there are, as you take out your stone, I think you get an immediate sense of like, whoa, yes. You get this recognition as you look at these stones. You're like, ah, yes. This stone is very similar to those stones. It's like the stones come in various shapes and sizes, but they seem to have been arranged so that those shapes and sizes fit the overall shape. It's a large design. Like it's 15 feet from the edge of the design to the idol, and it extends for 15 feet in every direction. So as you can tell, there are like hundreds and hundreds of these stones. Most of them are relatively small. But yes, as you take your stone out, I think even as you open your little pouch, you hear what you could almost swear was like the end, like echo of something tinking in there. And you're like, oh yeah, huh, okay. You take out the stone, you immediately get that sense, and it's like, are you trying to, if you want to roll me a perception check, then yes, you can roll me a perception check and see if there are any stones missing.
I will attempt to do that. What's my perception?
Juji stares
or
at
investigation, if that's
Aboade.
better for you.
Investigation is definitely
Juji stares
better
at
for me.
Aboade as he takes it out and just looks down at the stones. Looks up at Aboade's stone.
How did that happen? I found it by accident, I assure you. It's that's a 27 for investigation.
Ooh. A 27. You can see that in this design, I say with a 27, with your investigation, you can tell that this design is actually missing a lot of stones. You like just glancing at it, you wouldn't necessarily be able to tell, but with a 27, I will go so far as to tell you that this this design appears to have been an intricately, to the point where, like, you know how I don't know if in school kids ever started to draw two-dimensional 3D shapes on the pieces of paper, like where they draw a bunch of lines and have the lines move in ways that would make the image look three-dimensional, even though it's on a two-dimensional space. That's what this was. This appears to have been like an incredibly complex 2D rendering of a three-dimensional shape. And you can, and with, as you like are analyzing this, you start to notice like dozens, if not hundreds of spots where there could have been more stones. And I think you even hypothesized it's possible that at one point this whole area was filled with stones. Like maybe this design could have extended throughout the entire grove.
Wow. Right. Well, if there are hundreds missing, what's one more? And I'm actually going to keep hold of the Yellowstone. We could all nick one.
And you'd have two.
I don't know if we should.
Actually, before I put it away, I will just place it down in what looks like an empty slot and see if anything at all happens, just in case, just to be sure, in the name of science.
As you, so are you the closest? Actually, you know what? Let me roll a luck check really quickly.
Oh, luck checks, goody.
Okay, so the closest open spot that you can see is 10 feet away from you. You'd have to kind of like, are you like walking? You'd have to walk through the arrangement in order to get there.
So we're on the outer edge of the arrangement at this point.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Can I stand right on the edge of the arrangement and just like put an arm out over it?
Yeah.
Does anything happen?
You reach an arm out over the arrangement. You don't. Nothing really happens. You're just holding an arm out over it.
Can I do a little hokey cokey and just like step in and then step out again and see if anything happens?
Turn around.
Yeah. Well, here's my question to you.
Yes!
When you're stepping in, are you stepping in on top of the stones, or are you stepping in to try and avoid the arrangement?
Oh, I'm trying to avoid the like stepping on the actual stones. I'm going to try and go like in between the where they are. Yeah, like loads of like pens and buses.
Roll me a dex check. It's an easy, just a DC 10. Roll me a dex check. You do have disadvantage on this, but it's an easy dex check.
Okay.
You could do it.
That was very nearly a 5, but it turned out to be an 18. And one more. Come on. Okay, that's a 10. With my
beautiful
dex, that'll be more 13. So that's fine.
Yeah, 13. So yeah, you put the foot in. Nothing happens. I think Aboade is cutting like a pretty cool figure right now with like the 1 foot planted into this arrangement, standing there. Yim is like, very good, very good, very good.
Thank you. Okay, and I'm going to venture in and see if I can. It doesn't seem like anything's happening, so I'm going to venture in, trying not to step into the stones, to the nearest point where there is a gap. See if I can.
Cool. Roll me just another dexterity check, just to. It's again a DC 10, just to get up there.
That's 18, and with disadvantage. I'm still at disadvantage, aren't I? That's a 7. That last one.
Are yes, you step through.
It's
a 7 total.
Huh?
7 Is it a 7 total or 7 with the plus 3?
No, 7 total. Unfortunately.
Okay. As you're stepping through this arrangement, the area around here is like the most overgrown. So it's almost like you're glimpsing these stones through a network of very thick very thick vines, brambles, etc. So it's essentially difficult terrain that you're walking through. You like manage to tiptoe your way through most of this, and just as you reach the spot where you're going to set the stone down, your foot catches on one of the brambles that just happens to like rise off the ground. You sort of lurch forward, and as you're falling, put out your hand, and you manage to put the Yellowstone in place, but your other hand bumps one of the other stones out of place.
Oh.
And as that happens, the stone, you hear, actually, I think you hear it first. Most of you hear it first, rather than seeing it. You hear like just the sound of what sounds like thousands of individual, let's say, legs coming out. And I think the first one to actually see anything is Aboade, as the stone that you just knocked sprouts 8 legs and begins to crawl up your arm, and the rest of them begin to swarm over your body. And I need everybody to roll initiative.
Does anyone think that the title of this game could have given this away?
Possibly.
Maybe we
so.
should have seen this
Yeah,
coming.
you know, as a real life arachnophobic, this is great for me.
Oh no!
Oh no!
No, it's okay.
Oh.
I'm fine. I can
Are
do
you
this.
okay with
I
it?
was gonna say, I don't think it's on the list of. It's not on the list of lines and veils.
This is my bad.
Okay.
No, it's all good. Initiative. All right. Oh god.
18.
I got an 18. I'm doing great. Yeah, given that Reth is like still sat on the floor, just looking really unimpressed by all of Aboade's dancing, posing,
Also
falling
amazingly
over.
alert.
Somehow they're on it. They're ready.
Did anybody get from a 20 to 25?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got a natural 20 actually. Which is
Wow.
So a 23.
where was that when I was
Nice.
tiptoeing through the
We like
stones?
that.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Both of you have disadvantage on
Yeah.
this because it is an ability check.
Oh,
I'm so sorry
Crying
to do this.
loud.
that's such a
Oh,
shame.
for crying!
My second roll is a
Okay,
natural
well
20,
that was
so I'm keeping my
that's
18.
a 6 total. My second
Oh
roll.
no!
Oh man!
I'm sorry,
Twinsies.
Aboade.
He's having a bad day.
You get to
He's
go with
falling over a lot.
me.
What did Juji get?
Yeah, I don't know why we let him step through all these things when he tripped over a vine earlier on.
I am
A 6.
Oh.
It's a 6, sure.
I believe Aboade has the higher dex modifier, so we'll let him go first between the two of you to break that tie. Yeah. All right. So, first to act, sadly, is not Reth. As these things begin to and scuttle towards Aboade, they are not the only thing that moves.
Oh.
As this happens, you hear and vines rising up out of the ground, becoming long and segmented, originating from the idol, until you see 8 long, spindly, segmented vines rise up, and one of them lashes out toward Aboade. Aboade, you definitely get hit. You get it lashes out at you, and rather than wrapping around you, the vine like hits your arm, and sprouting out of the vine are a set of tendrils that wrap themselves around your arm. You do not take any damage, but you are wrapped, and two of the other arms are going to lash out. The first one is lashing out at Reth. Reth, your AC is 15. It misses you. Second one lashing out at Juji. Also misses you. Both of these arms...
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you
Rolled
sure?
a natural one.
Okay.
Okay. Shooting out at the pair of you. Reth, I feel like as you're sitting, you just sort of are like... you like give a heavy sigh, and as you lean slightly to the side, it... Whew, you feel it brush your face as it shoots past you. Juji, it gets the leg that comes up gets tangled in the vines itself, and just straight even can't get at you. But it has one more attack, and this one shooting out at Reth actually does hit you. The next one, the arm like circles back around, and you feel it hit you in the back, and you see like all of these miniature vines, almost kind of like a slime mold fungus. Like a network forms around Reth's torso, and you are both you and Aboade are grappled.
I feel like what Reth was sitting down, the first one kind of like missed as they
Yeah.
went, and they were just like looking to be like, what was that? When the other one
catches you.
Like, they haven't really clocked what was
And then-
going on yet, and then it's like,
And then Aboade and Reth. Reth, approximately how far would you say? I will say that this whole room is 30 feet in every direction. So you could have been, I will say that you all kind of came in towards the back of this grove. Excuse me, not really room, but the back of the grove. Reth, approximately how far from Jimo, the grandfather, did you move after touching his back? Because you pulled away from him.
yeah. So I'll have
Okay.
gone the
So
full 15 feet
you're
back to the
grabbed
edge.
and you are dragged 25 feet forward through the pile of
Ooh.
spiders who are now, you can see these stone spiders start to climb onto your body. Aboade, you are dragged all the way up to the stone, and I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, not again, Jeremy.
Ref is, while this is happening, Ref is gonna yell like, "What did you do?"
Valid. Good and valid questions.
Nothing. Okay.
At
That's
Aboade.
16 total.
16 total?
Wait, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. You, as this is dragging you forward, feel like something pulling at you. You feel like a pain in your head. It's like you can feel these tendrils that are wrapped around your wrist or wrapped around your forearm trying to dig themselves into your skin, and you can feel as they're digging, as they touch your nervous system, your whole body lights up like pain, but it's only momentary, and you manage to will yourself through it. So you do not take any damage.
Okay.
But you are dragged right up next to this thing. And that is now the end of its turn. It is now going to be Reth's turn. You are grappled, which means your speed is 0.
Is it quite done?
It is done. It is done.
Good.
Oh my gosh, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm gonna try and like pull these tiny like
Okay,
creeping
roll
tendrils
me
away
a
from me and
strength
break
check.
free. Disadvantage. Still, I rolled the same 2 numbers that I rolled last time, which was a 17 and a
You
20, so that's,
absolutely like, even though you're being
22
dragged
total.
through this pile, still kind of prone because you were sitting down. It's just dragging you prone through this pile, through this formation, and these
Yeah,
things are crawling
let's
all
do it.
over you now. You like, you see Reth like burst up. Little pieces of like vine and tendril go flying as Reth like You're still prone, so you need to stand up. But you are no longer. You have used your action, but you are no longer grappled.
It's good stuff.
They're so unhappy. It's just like, what is happening? So yeah, having shaken them off, standing up, and I think then with my remaining movement, gonna go over move towards Aboade while also saying,
you can reach him
"Now
with the
what
rest
are
of
you
your
doing?"
movement. You can get right up next to him.
I am basically coming and grabbing him. I've got an action, so I can't do anything, but I'm like...
You just run up and start shaking Aboade.
What have you done?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah. Totally.
That is actually now going to be the swarm of rocks. Unfortunately.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That is
Yes.
going. They are both Aboade and Reth are. Let's see. Yes, are covered with them. They are going though to attack the person who disturbed them originally, which is Aboade. Aboade, they take a bite at you. You can feel like chink, 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 like as if the rocks themselves are trying to pierce your skin. However, they do not succeed. They're trying to get through all of your skin. Does not happen. That is now going to be Aboade's turn.
Oh, right.
Juji is just watching this from the side, like mouth agape. She's not done anything. She's just... That's completely it.
Okay, I am going to. Yeah, I think as my bonus action, I'm going to use my Ironmaster Fetish Charm ability and turn my pendant into a sword and just try and slash at the vines that are trying to work their way into me. Make an attack.
Let me just check one thing, because it lasts for an hour. I will say you still have it. Remember, you used it against the one guy.
Oh, in that case...
So you still have it.
Well, that's excellent. In that case, I shall use my bonus action to cast Branding Smite. And then make an attack.
Are you attacking the idol or the spiders?
I was going for the vines that are restraining me. I'm guessing.
Oh, attack the vines. Please attack the vines.
Yeah.
Yes, go for it.
Yeah. I mean, that was a natural 19. I think I have a +2 with the thing, so 21.
Yeah, you easily hit it.
Okay.
And in this case, I believe it automatically is if the creature has wronged you, that jumps up to
it's a
D12.
Yeah. So that's that, and then with the Branding Smite, that's another 6. Okay, so that is a total of 12. That's 12 damage. 12 damage.
Yes. So you slash into this thing. You slash right through. I will say you cut not just through the little tendrils that are coming. You cut through the vine itself, leaving it a smoking stump. The end of it. With that first swing, you have 2 attacks. So you cut through the vine with the first swing. Would you like to attack again?
Yeah. Are there any? Is anybody else being attacked by the vines? Is anybody else restrained by the vines?
Currently, no. Both you and Reth were, but you've managed to cut your. Yeah, you both managed to break free. You are standing amongst. You're covered in spiders currently.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna probably, I guess, try and shave some of those spiders off me. Yeah, I'm gonna do straight razor, like a close shave, along. See if I can get rid of some of them. Ooh, okay, that's not brilliant. That's a 9 to hit. That's not going to hit, is it?
A 9 does not hit. You swing at the spiders, and they just like sort of dance over the blade as you're like swinging this thing down your arm. Just dance over it. You are unable to harm any of the spiders. That's your. You've used your bonus action and both of your attacks. You still have your movement.
Can I? I would like to. Well, yeah, I'll just, I guess, turn to Reth, who's just like behind me, I guess, and say, I think we should maybe go. And I'm gonna like run out of the circle as quickly as I can, like as far away from the center of the thing.
As you begin to run, you feel the leg that you just cut try to grasp at you again, but it can't. Like, it just thumps into you, and no tendrils come out. Just poof. And you, it is difficult terrain. So, and I believe your walking speed is 30 feet. So it takes you all of your movement to get to the very edge of the formation.
Okay.
Still covered in spiders. And that is
Marvelous.
now going to be Juji's turn.
Hello. Okay, so I think right.
Oh wait, Juji, before it's you, Yim is standing, because Yim is still here. Yim is dancing on the edge, being like, "Get yourself free, you can do it! I believe in you, yes! Good swing, ha! Yes, join me!" And is reaching out like a metallic paw towards you. Like, you just managed to touch his paw, like just at the end of your turn. Just grasp it. Sort of like the creation of man. Just,
The finger.
and now it is
Who the
Juji's
best
turn.
Cheerleader. What a cheerleader. Yes. Juji. Okay. I have an idea. This may or may not work. Right. So, Juji is going to, at 3rd level, cast something I haven't used before, which is called Wither and Bloom. Yes. So you invoke both death and life upon a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point within range. The range is 60 feet. Each creature of your choice in that area must make a Constitution saving throw or take 2d6. Well, it'll be 3d6 damage on a failed save. Blah blah blah. It says non-magical vegetation in the area withers. Can I include the old man? But just the vines? Yeah, not him, but including the vines and including the big monster and the spiders.
Are they non-magical?
Okay, so like, what's
probably
the
not.
radius?
The radius is a 10-foot radius sphere.
Look, I don't know
It's a
much
10-foot
about
radius
magic,
sphere.
but those vines have been attacking us and eating people, which is a suspicious behaviour.
yeah,
Completely
Throw that out
natural.
there.
Hey,
Clearly
it's
completely
just
natural.
science.
Yes.
You can hit.
Also-
You can hit. You can, because it's only a 10-foot radius. That means it's 20 feet in total. It is just about 20 feet from where the old man is to where the idol is. So, are you trying to? What are you say for me again? What you're trying to catch in there?
So I was hoping to try and just like wither the vines that were like holding the old man in place, but also like the big monster thingy and the spiders and yeah, I want it all, Jeremy, and I want it now.
Okay. Is there a save involved? And doesn't Wither and Bloom also potentially let you give somebody hit points?
It does, yes. So I think does anyone seem hurt?
Aboade has taken a couple of hits, not in this fight, but he took a tumble out of the tree.
Okay, cool. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
if Aboade's in the range, then then you can use 2 of your unspent hit dice and regain a number of hit points equal to that roll plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which is +4. That's
Very good.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes, it's a good spell.
That's 14.
Oh,
nice.
very, very good.
Damn. Okay, great. Bloom, my friend.
Beautiful. What's
the bloom
So
part.
that's
That's great.
3d6. Yeah, and it's a Constitution saving throw. Sorry, Jeremy.
Constitution saving throw. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
Okay, and the save DC is
15.
15. Okay.
15?
So, describe for me what it looks like as you cast this spell, please.
So the spell components include a withered vine twisted into a loop. So I think Juji is just going to like bend down, grasp as many like vines together as she can, and like quickly twist them together, hold that, and then just like I think just like with a ferocity that perhaps you wouldn't expect from Juji, like a wave of like dark energy just emanates from her, and just like kind of seeps its way through the ground and the plant life towards its goal, and then like culminates into like a sphere.
Yeah, I like it. And it is it half damage if they succeed on the save?
It is, yes, and
All right.
I rolled, and it is 14 necrotic damage.
14 necrotic damage. Okay. So, you see that it looks like hundreds of rock spiders are caught in that, and they freeze and collapse to the ground. They are you see that a lot of the swarm seems to have been deactivated. Just you hear just clattering of them to the ground. You see that the vines surrounding the old man are damaged, but definitely not gone.
Check.
They are, but that did, like, you saw them start to like wither, but it didn't. It appears that they are clearly magical. I think you're looking at them. They appear to be still intact, but that did take a sizable chunk out of their health. Now, I will need, however, because you just made an attack, I will need a D20 roll.
All right. Oh, it's a 16. I can roll high for these rolls.
Yep. As you cast that spell, you see, as this withering energy just and like destroys so many of these spiders and plants, whistling through the vines behind you. You again hear that, and you see the ground. You see the ground that was withered start to like crumple away, and it seems incredibly familiar.
Juji shudders, but she's like holding her hands up, and as she's doing this, she's like, "I'm busy."
Do you have any bonus actions that you would like to take?
Bonus actions. Oh gosh, I don't think she does. I think I've used both my. Oh no, I haven't used all my wild shapes. That's interesting. That's pretty cool.
You would use two wild shapes, I thought.
We had a short rest though, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I know you turned into a chimp, and then I thought you turned into something else. I thought you turned into two things.
Maybe I did. I turned into a chimp. No, I tried to weigh them down. I was a dog for a bit, I think.
Yeah, I think those were the two that you did.
Yeah, you're right.
I think you turned into two.
Let's fill that in then. Never mind. That's okay. I wasn't gonna do it anyway. It's fine. I think she's just going to like back up and try to back up with her friends, and she'll just be like, "We need to save the man. We need to save the man. We can't leave without him. This is not good."
Okay, so you've sort of backed up to like the back of the room.
Yeah, to go with Aboade.
Okay, so Aboade is at the edge. Aboade is at the edge of the formation. You're at the back of the room. Reth is within 5 feet of the idol, because they ran up there to try and help Aboade. It is now. That is the end of Juji's turn.
Yeah.
Okay. It is now the idol's turn again. The idol is going to lash out at Juji once, misses. Twice, misses again. Sorry, not at Juji, at Reth. Launches at... Or no, actually, no, at Juji.
Juji just attacked.
Misses Juji straight up twice. What is Juji's AC?
10.
Oh, never mind. I was wrong. The second one actually hit. The second one actually hit. Juji is lashed by this thing. The first one missed, second one hit. Third one Oh gosh. The one that Reth, you see the one that Aboade like severed, regrows itself,
Oh no.
and launches out, catches you like right in the face, lashes around you. You are now tied as well,
Bastard
and
bloody
that is going to be
vine.
one more now trying to attack. Yes, and Aboade, unfortunately, just as you touch your buddy Yim's hand or Yim's paw, you feel around your leg now. Another one of the vines is shot out, grabbed you, and all of you are reeled in, except for you, Reth, who I need to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's at a disadvantage.
No, saving
Oh,
throws are not
oh, okay.
with disadvantage, just ability checks.
That was a 2. Jeremy, does a 2? Jeremy, does a 2
not
make
so
the
good.
DC? Is
It
that
do
good?
not.
Is that, no?
It
Oh,
do not,
what?
sadly.
But my 2.
But I did roll low on damage. You only take 9 points of psychic damage. But
There we are.
as it like grabs you in the by the face, you feel those tendrils sort of arc out over your skin again, and they start to pierce into your temples. And now, Reth, you have a flash once again of you're back in that city, but it's nighttime. You are sitting in this very dingy, nasty room. You feel yourself being very low to the ground, like very, very low to the ground. You feel cold. You feel afraid. Stumbling into the room is an adult who is sort of limping and looks like they're really not doing well. They're sweating profusely. They have with them a bottle, not glass, made out of some kind of animal skin, carried with them a bottle of some substance. You recognize this smell on them as they collapse next to you. You've smelled this smell many, many, many times before, usually on them. You recognize this person as your parent, and your parent, as they collapse next to you in this room, they are like, there's not even a bed in here. This room is filthy and smelly and drafty and cold. They lift the bottle to their lips, drinking it, seeming to drain it. They sort of, with their last motion, sort of pat you on the head as they sort of collapse half next to you, half onto you, unconscious, drooling. What do you do as you feel this weight? You've seen this sight many a time. What do you do as you feel them sort of fall onto you physically?
So I would like to... I'm going to wiggle slightly so that like the weight isn't crushing, so that I can still breathe, but I'm going to stay under them essentially and try and like reach and like pull their arm over me.
Okay. You sort of manage to pull their arm over you. They, it's like their arm is on you. Their face and body sort of collapses onto the ground. And so with their arm sort of draped over you in a very unnatural position, because they're still kind of half sitting as well and leaning. You find yourself kind of starting, like as you fall asleep, you suddenly are awoken by a strange sensation. The arm on top of you is weirdly cold, which you don't recognize as being the normal feeling. It's like draped over you. There is a cold arm, and you can see what looks like a little bit underneath the person's face, a puddle of some kind of a liquid that has spread out from around like their mouth. You're not sure exactly what has happened, but I think you feel a sense of like fear. They do not respond to any like attempts to wake them. It's as the day begins to get hot, like you feel like it gets hotter and hotter, then eventually the sun falls. You tell me how many days you would have stayed in that room before leaving.
cry fear of me.
Shit.
I feel like the next morning, the next getting it up time.
Yeah, but by the next day, they still have not moved from that spot, and you, Reth, in your still very small, much smaller than your current self body, finally pushes yourself out from under their arm, and heads off into an uncertain future in the city. And you come out of that, and you are standing once again now, like connected to this creature. And unfortunately, you now are under the effects of the slow spell. The spell has not been cast on you. It is more, you have essentially gained another level of whatever effect was happening to you all in here. For our purposes, we'll call it psychic exhaustion. You are now under the effects of the slow spell, which means that your walking speed is halved. You have a -2 penalty to AC and Dex saving throws, and you can't use reactions. And we'll go over what that also means for your turn when we come to it. But in this very moment, like you feel like so much has just been taken out of you just by being shown that. And Reth is still standing there next to the statue, or excuse me, next to the idol. And now that is going to be Reth's turn.
So I have an action basically, and that's it, right?
Yes, you get to essentially choose. You can choose an action, I believe. Let me see. You don't have spells, so yeah, you can use an action or a bonus action, but not both.
Yeah.
And you can't make more than one melee or ranged attack during your turn.
Yeah. Oh man. I mean, all of the anger, all of the fight's gone out of them. They were really ready to fuck shit up. I'm allowed to say that.
Yeah, I know you could say whatever you want.
That's what was gonna happen, and now I'm just like, oh,
Wow.
no, I got nothing. I think they will still just try and pull these tendrils off their face, just less enthusiastically.
All right,
just
make me a strength check,
desperately.
which you have disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay. 10.
You and cannot get this thing off of your face. Try as you might, pull as hard as you will. It is stuck to your face. And now that is going to be the spider's turn. Aboade, I will say the ones over you sort of collapsed, so instead they're going to attack Reth. That will hit Reth. Reth, I'm not even sure if you're like paying attention to this, but you see them start to swarm over Reth and start to like attack them. You see Reth, you take 5 points of piercing damage as they start to pierce into your skin. And Reth is covered in these things. That is the end of their turn. Now it is Aboade's turn.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm seeing Reth in distress, and I'm going to try and help them out by getting those things off. So I'm going to make an attack with my pistol.
Okay.
Nice.
Yes. That's a
Poor Reth.
That's a 16
They've had such a
total.
time of it.
Yeah.
It's not going well.
Bad day.
It's not a great day.
We're all having a bad day. That's a 16 to hit. That first attack.
A 16 to hit?
Yeah.
A 16, you're attacking the swarm?
Yes.
That absolutely hits. 16 definitely hits.
Marvelous. I might just go for my second attack straight away. If that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can turn that up. So if that last one hit, then this one will definitely hit. That's a natural 19 plus 8, 27.
Yes. Yes.
Cool. So that is, yes. So that is
Gonna be 2d8s, plus 10, I think. Oh no, wait, no, because it's plus 12 because it's a +1 weapon automatically.
Because of my hitting shot. So that is that's 24 damage to the stone.
Okay, so you with the first blast, we'll say that it's like you almost scattershot, like using almost like buckshot. You hit a bunch of these things that are covering Reth's body, and they are blasted off of Reth's body entirely, and the swarm as a whole collapses and starts twitching. You see all of the rocks that you're standing amongst are twitching. So I will let you, if you want to, transfer the rest of that damage to the vine that is currently grappling Reth.
Ooh.
How are you not hitting me right now?
I have quite a good
through
eye.
magic.
I'm really glad I can't see this because this would be slightly alarming. But there's vines on my face, so I don't know. It's great.
Yeah. Juji's just screaming through the vines, just did you just shoot
He's lost
It's all
it!
under control.
You hear Yeem he's gone mad! Yeem starts trying to get through to try and help you.
You're with us
No!
now, Yeem!
I must save you from yourself! The rest of the damage transfers over to the vine. Do you want that? Is that what you would like?
Oh, yes, please. Why not?
Or would you rather, here's my question, would you rather shoot the vine, or would you rather shoot the statue itself, or the idol itself? I'll let you do whichever one you want.
Ooh. Oh dear. It's a gamble. I'm gonna roll a d4. If it's an odd number, then I'll shoot then it will go to the vine. And if it's an even number, then it will go to the. It's an odd number, so I'll shoot it's going to the vines.
Okay.
Which probably makes
so
more sense.
You
if it's
absolutely
the same shot. It's kind of around the same area. So cool.
Yeah. The vine absolutely is shredded. Reth is freed. Reth, you feel this thing torn away from your face. All of the little tendrils on your face immediately shrivel up and fall off. You have blasted through this thing entirely, Aboade. With your bonus action, Yeem is on the sidelines, ready to go right now. He's put me in! I'm ready! Put me in!
Okay.
Slap his hand. Slap their hand.
Yeah, he has 40 feet of movement and can attack if you want him to. If you want to run up and attack, he can either attack the vine holding you, or yes.
Is it still difficult terrain?
Yes, but he was standing right on the outskirts, so he has enough movement to easily get all the way up to where you are, because you got pulled all the way up next to the idol again, so he'd have to run all the way in.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, okay. Yeah, let's have him. I mean, he's a courageous fellow. Let's have him run up and attack the idol on our behalf.
All right.
Why not?
Describe for me what it looks like as he runs through his lanky, long, half caracal, half antelope limbs, made entirely of copper bands, runs through this terrain, this difficult terrain, and then uses. I think for the first time he attacks. Because I don't think he's used Force Empowered Rend yet. Describe for me.
I think he used it on the goo guy.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. No, he hasn't. It's the second time. Please describe for us what it looks like as he runs up and attacks.
So, actually, imagine what Shamini was saying before about a cat tiptoeing over the pens and stuff. It's like that, basically literally like that kind of video, except somebody's slapped one of those wobbly filters on it, so it's really elongated and springy. He's sort of bouncing around, sort of coiling around things, and perfectly sort of timing it so that he misses every one.
So
and he reaches into the middle and then again, like when you ping, like when you take apart a ballpoint pen and you've got that little spring inside, and you sort of bing, and it's just like that. He just coils up like a spring and then releases himself into the idol. And he's going to have
He's so
to.
cool.
Yeah, he's the bomb. He gets a +8 to hit. So
He
Damn.
does indeed. Wow. Okay, that's a 25 to hit then.
25 does in fact hit. And that's going to be, I believe, 1d8 plus 3 damage.
Okay. That is. Oh wow. My dice app is caught in a perpetual roll. Come on, come on.
Oh no.
It's,
Yim is just really... He's deciding how much he wants to do.
I'm just going to take that again. That's a 3. That's a 3 plus 3, so that's 6 damage.
Okay, so he...
A worthy
you-
effort.
Yes, you hear the... as he's scraping against this stone, this mixture of stone, wood, and metal, this cracked, crumbling idol, scraping against it in a frenzy, shouting, "I'll save you! I'll save you all!" As he throws himself into the fray with abandon. And now that...
Attaboy, Yum.
and now that is going to be Juji's turn.
Hello. So can I see? Is it over my face or like what's the deal, Leo?
No, it caught you like in the chest,
Okay.
and then just pulled you in.
Wow.
So you've been pulled like into the area with the spiders.
Good.
Well, the now just rocks.
Good. Okay, that's better. Okay. So the idol, she's gonna attack that. She's gonna do that. She is going to cast a 2nd level guiding bolt over at the idol.
All right.
Yes. Where are you? Guiding bolt. There you are. Okay. Cool. So she's gonna see if she hits. Please. Oh, maybe. Oh my God. Okay. 16.
16 total.
Yeah.
Does not hit.
Oh.
You describe for. Well, I'm imagining. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm imagining
Yeah.
your guiding bolt looks kind of like a shooting star,
Oh, absolutely.
like and explodes in like what looks like a very tiny supernova.
Yeah.
As it like arcs out, it gets caught by like one of the writhing tentacle legs, like moving one of the writhing tentacle arm legs that moves in between and just it explodes. It's one of the ones that's not grappling anybody, so that one is completely destroyed. But unfortunately, it does not hit the main idol itself, and I'm going to need another roll,
Oh God. Oh God.
another d20 roll.
8.
Okay, you feel the temperature once again really dropping. Like it's your hand in front of you, the fingertips start to like freeze a little bit as if it's getting so cold. Anyone who's looking at Juji would see that her breath now looks like you can see the vapor of her breath in the air. Juji, you have goose pimples all over you, but you did not trigger it. She's not here yet.
Good.
She's getting ever closer, but not here yet. Do you have any bonus actions that you can do?
No, not really. No, I think she's just going to like she's like peering at her hand, and I imagine that like the very tips of her fingers are turning like blue and like blackened a little bit, and she's just like, okay, maybe we go for the idol. Let's hit the idol, yeah? Okay, let's get out of here.
That is now going to be back at the top of the round. It is going to try and lash out at Reth again.
Of course it is.
Why wouldn't it?
And Reth, your AC is 15 minus 2 is 13.
Yeah.
You right this time along the arm, pulled in. Now one of the legs just arcs around you, or arcs around your arm again, and this time it is going to be I'm going to need Juji to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Come on, girl, you're a druid. Come on.
She's got very good wisdom. Oh no, that's not a good
You rolled
reaction.
a natural 2. It's a 9. It's a 9.
Boy. Juji, you feel these tendrils that are like wrapped around your chest find purchase in your skin, piercing into you, hitting your nervous system. Juji, you take
Don't make that noise. What's that noise?
you take 15 points of psychic damage. Yeah, I rolled way better that time. And as you feel this arcing through your body, you are no longer in this grove. You are sitting you're sitting at dinner with with I think who you recognize to be your family. These are people that you look around and you're like, who are these people? And then you're like, family. Dang. And you see the older woman amongst the group just shaking her head and saying, Juji, when will you learn? You can't just go through life feeling your way out, okay? You're going to need to learn how things work properly, right? You can't just go into magic and nature in the world thinking that, oh yes, I'll just walk up to it and I'll empathize with it and I'll feel it. No. Juji, you need to study. And you see you see there are I will count for you the number of people. There's in addition to her, the woman that you see, there is an older man. There are also two boys who look older than you and 2 girls that look older than you. This is a very full family dining area. And you see, as she says this, one of the boys sits up and says, Ropo and I actually just, we just got our results back. Top of the class. And your father says, well done. That's the way one of our family should truly act. Juji, you really need to step up your game. I understand you are a very empathetic person. You have lots of feelings. But there is a time and place. And the classroom is not the time and place for feelings. And I think as he says this, you see dozens of versions of him and your mother and each of your siblings appearing almost as reflections of themselves. You see them at varying ages, slightly older, slightly younger, over the course of years. All of them are saying, not good enough, Juji. Keep working. Come on. Why can't you be more like your sister? Why can't you be more like your brother? Over and over again, as you start to see infinite fractals of your family just utterly disapproving of you. And as you come out of this memory, you also take a level of psychic exhaustion and you have disadvantage on ability checks.
Oh man.
Now
we're gonna be here forever. This is fine. Look, I just want to say that old guy looked like he was having a nice time. He was just chilling out in a grove, connecting with nature. I'm fine with that as an ending for us. Yeah, it'll be very relaxing.
R.I.P.
The campaign ends here, I guess.
Yeah.
Reth, it is now your turn.
Yeah,
it's got me again. It's got me again. It's got me in the arm this time, though. At least, not my face. So I like that. I'm glad, and I'm right next to the idol. And Juji said to try and hit it. So
it's connected to everything else.
Reth is just so lacking in bloodlust right now. But I am gonna try and kick. Yeah,
half-heartedly.
Kind of half-heartedly because it's a disadvantage, right?
No, the kick is not. Your attack rolls are not ability checks, so you can make the attack roll. The attack roll straight.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe not that half-heartedly then. No, quite half-heartedly. 11.
Oh no!
I mean, it's a stone. It's not moving. Does an 11 hit it and it's unmoving?
Apparently not.
No, you have.
Hurt it,
I mean,
I
you
guess.
you make contact with it.
Yeah,
But you just
yeah,
kind of stub
it
your toe.
hurts. Yeah,
You're just kind of like,
ow.
ow! You didn't quite. Your technique was not on. You didn't quite focus your power on through that kick. But it's kind of like pink, a dinky little kick. Reth is not. Where is Reth's mind at right now? Like, how is Reth doing in this moment?
I mean, Reth's had so many thoughts since the beginning of this episode, and it keeps changing. And then I'm like, oh, I've expressed none of these. But Reth's just feeling a little bit broken and hopeless right now.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a mood.
Yeah, it is a bit of a mood, unfortunately.
What are we supposed to do here? You know, like the vines and Reth feels like they're not a hero. They don't lead a band of merry people. They can't do anything about this. They can't rescue a grandfather. Now we're all doomed.
That's sad. Moving on from that. Moving on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's heavy.
The empathy overflowing.
Oh, no, no.
Okay, that's a real shame.
Are you sad?
Moving on. You see part of the section. You see some of the stones start to twitch. The twitching kind of stops, and they flip over. Not all of them, but a section of them. It seems like some of them are starting to come to. They are going to climb up onto Aboade, the person who initially disturbed them, and try and attack. Aboade, they do not hit you. They crawl over you and again are trying to like pierce you, bite you. It's not getting through. Aboade is okay. Okay being relative. But he is not taking damage from the swarm of rock spiders. That is now going to be Aboade's turn.
Okay, I am going to make another set of attacks on this idol.
Heck yeah. Take it out.
All right.
Okay, that is a 21 for the first roll.
21 hits.
And that's a natural 2. So that's a 10 for the second one. Okay, so just one then. Okay. So that's a 5 plus 10, 11.
You blast into it, shoot a little chunk off of the idol. Do you want Yim to attack again?
Yeah, I'd like Yim to attack the spiders on me.
Okay, so yes, Yim will turn. You like. What do you say to Yim to get him to attack the spiders instead of the idol?
Right. Yim, I am somewhat inconvenienced by these stone arachnids. Might you alleviate this problem for me?
Arachnid? More like arachno. And he launches himself towards the spiders.
Excellent wordplay, Yim.
Do you want to roll Yim's attack? Or shall I? I just rolled instinctively.
Another zinger. I feel like he should have advantage for that. I already rolled for him. That's a natural. So that's 20. Natural 17.
He definitely hits. Roll damage for you.
Yeah. Okay. So that. That's better. That's a 7. He rolled a 7. It's a D8, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. D8 plus 3.
He rolled a 7 plus 3. That's 10. So 10 damage.
Almost all of them are completely eliminated. Not destroyed, but as he it's almost it looks like a master chef or barber surrounding you, just shaving all of these spiders off of your body.
For some reason I'm imagining you get those expert people threading eyebrows, you see those like lattice work. He's doing that but with his body, his springs and stuff.
Those of you who are looking at Aboade can't even see him anymore. He's completely been surrounded by Yim's coils as Yim is just. There's one left on the tip of your nose. The rest of them are all gone. Is that the end of your turn, Aboade?
I think that's all I've got.
All right. Juji, it is now your turn.
Okay, look, right. Okay, so arachno reminded me that I made a pun in the last episode or so and got inspiration. I would like to try and use inspiration to do a 3rd level guiding bolt on the idol.
All right, roll with advantage.
Come on. Okay, I'm gonna leave the campaign. I'm done. I'm done.
What did you roll?
I'm done. 2 force. I can't do it anymore.
This is a nightmare scenario. Roll me another d20 as well.
It's a natural 1, Jeremy.
Ooh! As you begin to shoot energy out of your fingertips, you feel icy wind blow around you, completely throwing off your aim. And you arc out, like the spell arcs out, completely missing the idol into like the far end of the room, the vines exploding. You can see it destroys quite a few vines back there. But you can feel her behind you. You hear her breath. You feel her hands on your shoulders, and you feel the intense pain. And not only that, you look at, you can, my first question is, do you turn around?
Absolutely not, no.
Okay. As you feel,
looking dead ahead.
As you feel, I think peripherally, you can see these gray-black, shriveled hands placing themselves on your shoulders. You feel a coldness, familiar coldness, unfortunately, that cuts straight to your heart. And you can see waves of necrotic energy radiating out, forming like grasping hands, heading for your companions, like trying to grab them. And not just them, also reaching towards the idol. Every entity in this room, energy is arcing out towards them. Now, what Reth and Aboade see is as Juji goes to cast this spell, the energy switches from like the energy of a shooting star to suddenly as if, well, I don't think you see it because there is no light in it. What you see is as Juji holds her hand out, her fingers start to like stretch and distort as if they're like curving into space. And you see Juji's, like, this stretching effect goes up the length of her arm, up Juji's entire body, as she is dragged into, like, almost, like, you see the leg that has grabbed her being, like, dragged into it a bit as well, until emerging from this, like, spot of nothing in the air is, first you see a black, wrinkled hand, and the hand extends. You can feel so much coldness, like, as it comes out of this hole that has appeared in the room. You see first the black shriveled hand, then another, reaching, pulling out the shape of a shriveled, desiccated, old hag-looking woman. Her entire body it's like, basically, imagine the oldest raisin you can, and imagine that raisin was terrifying. And you can hear like the creaking and like cracking sounds whenever she moves, as if her whole body is so desiccated and dried that even moving is breaking some of the tissues, some of the dried out tissues inside of her. This woman floating in the air, who is like just sort of like looking around. Her eyes are virtually like non-existent. As you look into them, it's as though they absorb the light in the air. And Juji, the withered woman, has caught you. Now, as you see this energy arcing around the room towards your friends, I will let you decide. Are you going to try and help your friends, or are you just going to try and flee?
Oh, I mean, help my friends.
Are you going to try and stop them from being harmed by this necrotic energy that is, you see it beginning to envelop around Reth, around Aboade, around Yim, even around the old man, and also around the idol itself?
Mm-hmm. I mean, if she can stop it from going around her friends and the old man, but can it go around the idol? Great. But yeah,
Okay.
no, her main thing is stopping it from harming the people she cares about in the room. Yeah.
Okay. I will let you roll me a wisdom saving throw to attempt to essentially use whatever influence you can exert through her touching you to try and stop her power from harming one of your friends.
Okay. That is a 19.
Okay.
It's a 19.
You are able to divert the energy away from your friends. You can try and attack the idol now. You can try and basically try and divert that towards the idol.
Sure.
Roll me a spell attack roll on the idol.
Oh my god. It's 24.
A 24 hits.
24.
Here are the good rolls.
Please roll me 3d10.
3d10?
Yes.
Yes, 3d10, of course. Sounds about right. Yes. Okay, and then we'll pop you in there. Oh, damn. Okay. 24.
24. Okay.
Yeah.
So you reach into this power. You find you have to put your hands on her hands and you can see them decaying your flesh as they rest on you, almost sinking through these layers of flesh as it rots away. You manage to put your hands onto her hands and focus your star energy into her, diverting the energy away from your friends for just a moment and focusing in on the idol. The idol takes 24 points of necrotic damage. The rest of you see that this withered woman who is floating in the air, still kind of grasped by one of the legs, puts her hands on the leg, on the leg that's grabbing her, and you see the leg rot, and the rot travels all the way up the length of the leg, and you see the bottom of the idol crack as the energy rocks into it. Yes.
As it's happening, as Juji's trying to steer the woman to do what she wants, she's just kind of whispering, "My body, my rules, bitch, let's go, come on." And that's what's happening. Yes.
Awesome. That is the end of Juji's turn. We're gonna go back up to the top of the round. That is now going to be let's have my man Aboade make me a wisdom saving throw.
Come on. No, it's a 19.
Oh, a 19 saves.
That is...
Yet again, you feel the tendrils trying to pierce into you and unable to find purchase. That is, let's see. Everybody, however, gets dragged in until you're now all within 5 feet of this idol, and you can see the idol begin to glow a little bit. And now it is going to be Reth's turn. Reth, what would and I think Juji, you would also see this. The rest of you would see the withered woman dragged towards this thing. You would Juji, you would feel yourself being dragged, and her just sort of trying to get a stronger grip on you, holding on to you, pulling you in, trying to grapple you as you're pulled in towards this idol. Reth, what would you like to do on your turn?
I think at first I'm just gonna ask Juji.
Oh, wait.
I'm just
Juji,
gonna sort of...
no, I'm sorry. The withered woman is not grappled. The rest of you are pulled in. It's going to instead make an attack roll.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh?
Juji's pulled in.
Okay.
Juji, you saw the
Oh.
thing you saw the leg rot away from you and fall away. It like sprouts another one and grabs onto you and pulls you in. The rest of you see another leg arc out towards the withered woman, and sort of like it gets a little bit warped by the space around her, but manages to grab her and drag her closer as well. So you're now all uncomfortably close to this extremely terrifying, uncomfortably cold, dead-looking woman. Reth, yes.
I think Reth sort of like screams like, Juji, what's happening? What do we do?
Juji, you hear this?
Yep.
What do you say back?
It's very confusing. I think Juji's going to try and yell back, just like, you know what? Just go. I'll be fine. This is fine.
Reth.
That's not a helpful instruction.
Reth, you can almost hear that voice. You can hear that voice just like echoing from the void that is that is still floating in the air behind the withered woman that she emerged from. You can just hear this voice calling, like you can hear Juji's voice calling out for you guys to just leave.
I'll be fine.
I don't believe her about being fine, do I? Just to check. That's not terribly
Situation doesn't look
convincing, is
fine.
it? Yeah, great.
I can roll deception.
You know what?
If this is a natural 20, I'll lose
No.
it.
No,
You know.
no rolls of deception here.
Don't. Okay, so Reth does not know what's going on, and suddenly there's something new here, and it's terrifying, and the idol is glowing, and they are just completely lost and feeling just completely sort of like helpless and confused, and their mind just comes back to the one thing that they know that has brought them consistency and sort of reassurance, which is in Zito, and they are going to remember what he said,
Yeah.
and now seems
That's
to
a
be the
good
time.
idea.
And
Yeah.
call out, Forest Father, help us! I pray to thee, I implore thee, help us! At the sky.
All right, Ref. Let me just check one thing.
Slow and exhausted. I have all the bad conditions, but I
Okay.
can shout.
Ref. Roll me a religion check. But I will say that the disadvantage is canceled in this moment. As you call this out with like the thought of Nzito in your mind, it's almost as if you connect with Nzito for a moment. And he says, "Reach out, thou shalt be safe." Go ahead and roll me.
I really
Yeah.
really miss him right now.
Go ahead.
Like, both Shamini and Reth, really miss him right now.
Yes,
Religion.
a religion check. This is a flat roll.
You can do it. You got it, Shaman. You got it.
15.
The DC was exactly 15. Reth, as you shout this out, the entire chamber shakes, and as I think you see from behind, like the back of the chamber, from where not from where you guys sort of entered, but the place where you're looking, you can hear as if like a rumbling shredding sound, as if vines are being destroyed. The earth itself is shaking, and a light begins to glow through the vines, getting brighter and brighter as the sound gets louder and louder, until the vines, the last layer of vines between you and the outside, are shredded, and sort of bursting into the room is this figure approximately, it looks to be about 10 feet tall, but it looks as if you took a set of like palm leaves and essentially turned them all upside down, held them all by the stems, and just had hundreds upon hundreds of them all hanging upside down. You can hear the steps of like it sounds like the pattering of dancing feet underneath this being as it enters the room. You can hear like it's beating out an incredible rhythm, as if someone is beating out a rhythm with their feet on the ground. And this creature almost like slides its way, like as if it's like the feet are moving so quickly on the ground that it can just sort of shuffle its way, dancing. It slides into the room. You see rising out from inside of these palm leaves, you see an arm holding what looks literally like a pair of rainbows that have been lashed together to form a bow. And you see a glowing arrow raised out with another arm from inside of the palm fronds, draws the arrow back. There is no string, but it sets the arrow against the bow, draws the arrow back, and lets loose. The arrow flies directly into the heart of the idol, piercing it. The idol, you hear, lets out, I think everyone here hears it shrieking from inside of the idol, piercing shriek. The stones are blasted. All of the stone spires are blasted away against the other walls of the grove, and the stone idol is cracked and shattered. The top of it completely blasts away. It is horribly mangled by this, and immediately as this happens, all of the vines that are grappling you see the vine that is the grappling each of you shrivels into light, essentially. Like it's almost as if like light passes up, just dissolving these things. They are gone, and the creature sort of like, you can't really see a face, but it sort of seems to turn its gaze up towards this withered woman figure, and light again emanates from inside. And you see that the withered woman, those of you who are looking at the withered woman, see her essentially being blasted back into that black hole that is opened up in the room, again being like horribly distorted and elongated as she's dragged into the hole. And as the hole collapses in on itself and explodes out, Juji is left where it was. And Juji, from your perspective, you see the hands of the withered woman ripped off of your body. The flesh that had been decaying begins to heal, and you feel like the pain going away. And you see your friends freed. You see the idol destroyed. You collapse to the ground, still with the faintest of hand marks on your shoulders. And the Forest Father turns its gaze upon all of you, holds out its hands as sort of like a friendly, not a hug gesture, but like a, there you are. And then begins to, like, it pushes its hands like this out, and you feel like the landscape being pushed away from you. Really, it's sort of in like a relativity sense. All of you are being pulled out of this room, out of this grove, into what appears to be a very overgrown cave network. It seems like you all are in some kind of like underground overgrown, like lots of jungle area network. And I will say this, also freed from this is Jimo, the grandfather, who is kneeling now amongst you. After having drawn you out of here, you see the Forest Father once again sort of like the gaze fall over all of you, give you a quick double thumbs up, and then shuffle away. Like, straight up shuffling into the air. Like, it just disappears from view. Sort of flies away.
I think Reth is gonna sort of wants to like kneel, but was kind of a bit distracted, so just sort of kneels that it's retreating, shuffling, just like feeling like they ought to be saying something, but it's too late.
What would the rest of you like to do? After having seen this insane display.
Having no idea what's going on. Having missed what has happened previously. Just kind of gives a little wave. Thank you.
Juji, does Juji say anything as this thing shuffles away into the air?
No, I think she's in a catatonic state at the moment.
Well, I think Yim, also sort of mirroring Aboade, gives a wave, sort of looks around at the situation and goes, well, snap. And that is where we will end. That is where we will end this episode of Tales of Wagadu, The Curse of the Spider Queen. Wow. How's everybody doing after that? Everybody okay?
I mean, I gotta say, I love the fact that the Forest Father is a queer icon with their rainbow bow. Like, I love that. Yeah.
Nice.
But what? Oh, that
episode just was no break.
Yeah.
that was a really bad place for me to get a natural one, huh? Yeah. Yeah.
That felt pretty
Yeah. That's fair. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, we hope that you enjoyed this episode of Unrelenting Intensity. Let's go around the group. Does anybody have anything to plug? We'll start with you, Shamini.
Follow me on Twitter. I'm at Bundell. I post about science things and TTRPG things. And if you're cool and young and on TikTok, follow RP Geeks D&D on TikTok, because TikTok's where all the cool kids hang out these days. That's what I'm told. Like the cool kids.
We'll use the same order as the intro order for plugs. Yeah.
Yeah, shit, hi. I'm Liv. If you want to say hi on Twitter, I'm at DoesDarkMagic. If you want to watch some cool TTRPG video content, you can head on over to youtube.com/dicebreaker. If you want to be a good pal, you can subscribe to the Three Black Halflings YouTube channel. A link will be around, or maybe you're watching it right now. In that case, subscribe, please. That'd be great. Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Nice. Okay. Hello. Yes. Come to my Instagram. It's called @the_lonely_orchestra. You can find all sorts of musical shenanigans over there. If you're watching on the YouTube, then you can see behind me is one of the things that I mess around on, and it looks and sounds quite interesting. So do that, and and if you want any custom themes for anything composed, I also do that. So slide into my DMs and check out. At this point, you should probably check out the Defenders of the Veil podcast. It is a fun podcast set in a sort of post-apocalyptic fantasy world. And it's really good, and I just did the theme for them, so for their second series. So go check that out.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. Yes, and my name is Jeremy Cobb. I've been your very neighborhood dungeon master. You can find me on Twitter at Jeremy Cobb1, Cobb with 2 B's and the number 1. And you can follow Three Black Halflings on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and actually we just are restarting the Three Black Halflings Craigslist. So at 3, the word 3. Oh, no. I'm sorry. At 3, the number 3, Black Halflings on all those various platforms. And, if you like what you're hearing and you want to hear us talk about what just occurred, go over to our Patreon. We do
Mhm.
Wagadu watches where we talk back what has just occurred. So go check that out if you got some time and you want to throw us some muns. But I think for now, that's it for this episode. And from all of us, so long, Shirefolk.
So long, Shirefolk.
We were kind of in sync there, Johnny, like a little bit. Like
It's a nice little
yours
sort
was
of
like
abstract harmony there.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wasn't harmonizing with anyone. I don't think I can, but still, it was just nice.
On accident.
That was a Headgum podcast.